السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ نحمدہ ونصلی علی رسولہ الکریم اما بعد فاعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم اقرأ باسم ربک الذی خلق خلق الانسان من علق اقرأ وربک الاکرم الذی علم بالقلم علم الانسان ما لم يعلم صدق اللہ العظیم. Honorable judges and my dear brothers, not just because it's today's topic, but even more being a student of Nadwatul Ulama, I feel it's my responsibility to share a few words on Nadwatul Ulama with you guys. Before getting too brief, let me come up with a basic information about Nadwatul Ulama. Nadwatul Ulama, the term stands for an assembly of scholars. It was established by Maulana Sayyid Shah Muhammad Ali Mungiri rahmatullahi alayhi on 26th September 1898 in Lucknow. Nadwatul Ulama stands out for its significant role in shaping the intellectual landscape of Indian Muslims. Until now, for more than 125 years, this institution has been a proponent of combining the traditional Islamic studies with modern sciences, aiming to produce scholars that are well versed in both religious and worldly knowledge. This institution draws a large number of students from all over the world. Additionally, it's one of the very few institutes in the region to teach the Islamic studies completely in Arabic. And now, to know the purpose of Nadwatul Ulama, we should be aware of the condition of Muslims of that time. At that time and even now, we neither had dunya or deen, and our situation will never get better until our deen and dunya are equally balanced well. To rectify this blunder and rebuild the lost fame and prestige of Islam and Muslims, a council of Islamic scholars started its educational body as Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama in Lucknau. Now, let's know what are the basic principles of Nadwatul Ulama. Number 1, as mentioned before, to produce Islamic scholars having a vast knowledge in Quran and Sunnah and also be aware of the modern world and its ideologies. Number 2, to unite the Ummah and wipe out the differences of opinion in religious matters. Number 3, to spread the Islamic teachings and enlighten our country brothers with the beauty of it. Number 4, to fulfill the emptiness of such scholars who lead the Muslims' religious, theological and educational needs. Now, let's take a look on the achievements of Nadwatul Ulama. Number 1, promoting Arabic literature. Nadwa has played a significant role in preservation of Arabic literature and adopted a deep understanding of classical texts among its students. Number 2, interfaith unity. This institution has been involved in promoting interfaith unity by building the bridges of understanding and cooperation between religious communities. Number 3, scholarly contributions. Nadwa has produced numerous scholars who contributed to the Islamic studies, literature and judiciary. Even now, many graduates of Nadwatul Ulama hold influential positions globally. Number 4, social and educational initiatives. Nadwa has been involved in various social and educational initiatives to support students and promote the education in unprivileged communities. Number 5, cultural preservation. Nadwa has been playing a vital role in preserving Islamic culture and heritage, ensuring that the traditional values are maintained and passed on to the future generation. And if it's possible to summarize Nadwatul Ulama in a single line, I would say, Nadwatul Ulama emphasizes a balanced interpretation of Islam and modernism, focusing on education, social reform and community development. May Allah accept the services of Nadwatul Ulama and its scholars and prolong the institution with knowledge and enlightenment. And may Allah guide its students and teachers towards wisdom, understanding and success in their academic endeavors, contributing positively to the development of individual and the society as a whole. Assalamu alaikum.
After that, I want to call Mr. Abrar. Please come.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May praise be to Allah, the creator of this universe, and praise and blessing to his prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companion and his family. Today I am standing here to read an article on my topic. My topic is Darul Uloom Ideological and Education Movement. I am starting with the meaning of Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama. The meaning of Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama is house of knowledge and assembly of scholar university. And the motto of Nadwatul Ulama is toward Islam anew. Nadwatul Ulama was formed with the aim to bring all the sects of Islam together, irrespective of some of their difference in belief. It was constituted by a group of Indian Islamic scholars from different theological schools. Darul Uloom is the educational body of Nadwatul Ulama, which was formed in Kanpur in 1893. The Islamic secularism was updated with the modern sciences, mathematics, vocational training, and the addition of an English department. On 2nd September 1898, the office of Nadwatul Ulama was shifted to Lucknau. The Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama was started on 26 September 1898. The education institution draws large number of Muslim students from all over the world. Nadwatul Ulama fostered a diverse range of both scholar and student, including Hanafi, Shafi'is and Ahle-Hadith. It is one of very few institutes in the region to teach the Islamic sciences completely in Arabic. There are some aims and objectives. Number first, progress of education. Number second, reform in the system of education. Number third, moral regeneration. Number fourth, proper propagation of Islam. Number fifth, removal of mutual differences. And number six, knowledge of welfare of followers of Islam. The point-wise explanation of above-mentioned objective. The greatest objective of Nadwatul Ulama is to help ulama establish rapport among themselves. If the ulama are aware of each other's activities, they may come closer, work in unison, increase the collective strength, and work for construction of Islam and its followers. Number second objective is to removal of differences between the religious group of Islam. The third objective is to reframe the course of studies prevalent in Arabic madrasas. The reframing of courses should be done in the light of demand of modern times. A new ilm kalam is needed to meet the criticism of modern atheists. The fourth objective is to establish a madrasa wherein high quality education will be given to a student so that they excel in their area of knowledge. The fifth objective is the propagation of Islam in foreign countries. The Nadwa will bear the expenses of those who will visit foreign countries. Such men will have to learn the language of the countries where they will go for propagation. The sixth objective is to give fatwa on legal opinion or worldly or religious issues. Since the most important element of education was considered to be the course of studies, the course of studies was made by the founder of Nadwatul Ulama. To reframe the course of studies prevalent in Arabic madrasas, Maulana Muhammad Ali Mungari Rahmatullah Alayh submitted a draft syllabus entitled subject in all purpose. These subjects are Tariq, Usul Lughat, Tajweed, Urdu, Tasawwuf, Asrar-e-Karam. Nadwatul Ulama aimed at the removal of differences between the group and individual Muslim and to reform the system of education, especially the course of student prevalent in Arabic madrasas. Let's come on conclusion. Nadwatul Ulama that achieved a great success in its objective and aims of producing the scholars of great repute who were known all over the world, especially for their knowledge of Arabic language. Thank you.
No, they are present, I think so. Seventh number, serial number 7. Yeah, I think so.
They are not. No, he is unwell. He is unwell. That's why he told me call me first.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's impossible to compile Nadwi ideology in just few pages, so I would like to try my best to finish it off. With the name of the Lord of this universe, I, Muhammad Shoaib, starts here with my topic, the Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. So before starting, I would take you to the era where the Aligarh movement and the Devband movements were going on in the subcontinent, but they stood apart due to their different objectives and strategies. Aligarh movement wasn't a totally religious movement because it emphasized and put a stress on Western education. Their aim was to educate Muslims with Western education for getting into government services to compete with other politically and economically. Their objective was to bring Western education, but due to stress on Western education, they did not make any efforts to strengthen the religious aspect of the Muslim society. The drawback of this policy was that the graduates of Aligarh lacked in religious education. On the other side, the Tehreek-e-Devband was purely religious movement and hence rendered only educational services, but the Devband seminary was totally incompatible with the modern trends of education. It produced ulamas, Sufis and spiritual leaders, but they could not only take responsibilities of spiritual science and religious teachings and guidance for the Muslims in preaching. Muslims, by becoming priests and leaders of prayers, their topmost objective was the spreading of Islam and were unaware of the importance of modern education. They couldn't teach the Muslim according to the modern education, which was a big hurdle for Muslims in the way of moving ahead. Something was to be done for the unity of Muslims. There was a need of an institution that could combine the religious and modern education and to minimize the extremist view between the Devband and Aligarh movements. There was a need to bridge the gap between modern and orthodox groups. And here come the Islamic intellectuals establishing an institute in 1893 in Kanpur. A convocation of Madrasa Faiz-e-Aam was held, in which Muslim scholars including Lutfullah Ali Ghali, Shah Muhammad Hussain Al-Habadi, Muhammad Khalil Ahmad, Ahmad Hasan Kanpuri, Sayyid Muhammad Ali, Maulana Mahmud Hassan, Zaharul Islam Fatehpuri, Fakhrul Hasan Gangohi and Sayyid Shah Hafiz Tajmullah Hussain Desnavi agreed to form an organization of ulama to bring harmony and cooperation among various groups of Muslim Ummah and also work for educational reform and progress. This organization was named as Nadwatul Ulama and was established in 1894 at Lucknow, India. Sayyid Muhammad Ali became the first Nazim of this organization. The first assembly was held at Madrasa Faiz-e-Aam in April. Big scholars from all around the subcontinent of all the sects, including Maulana Abdullah Ansari and Maulana Shibli Nomani, attended it. Maulana Shah Muhammad Hussain presented the organization's objective and Maulana Shibli Nomani presented the working guidelines. The main objective of Darul Uloom was to generally reformation of the Muslim society by attracting the Muslim towards religion. It had been established with a view of promoting religious knowledge, moral upliftment and social regeneration of the Muslims in India. Apart from these objectives, Nadwa worked to remove sectarian differences among the different group of ulamas. The Nadwa kept aloof from the political activities and stressed upon separating the political issue from its main objectives. The establishment of Nadwatul Ulama was widely held in the subcontinent. It regularly started functioning on 2 December 1898 at Lucknow. The Nadwatul Ulama produced men with high academic and intellectual foresight, although Nadwa couldn't accomplish its desired aim yet. Its services for the promotion of Islamic education are immense. A number of students of Nadwa led the people in the freedom struggle, which included Sayyid Sulaiman Nadwi, Maulana Abdul Salam Nadwi, Masood Akram Nadwi. Maulana Shibli Nomani issued a research journal, Marif, under the auspices of the Darul Musannifin, which occupies a high status in the literary circles. While concluding this article, the Nadwa stands as a beacon of knowledge, innovation and growth. Through its unwavering commitment to academic excellence, diverse perspectives and fostering a collaborative environment, it has not only shaped the minds of its students but also contributed significantly to social progress. As we look to the future, Nadwa's legacy, fostering critical thinking, nurturing talent, and promoting Islamic ideology globally. Brighter tomorrow for the Muslim Ummah. Thank you. Here I conclude my article. Thank you, judges.
After that, I would like to call Mr. Please come.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May praise be to Allah, the creator of the worlds, and peace and blessings be upon his Prophet Muhammad, the head of all messengers, upon his family and all his companions. Respected teachers and Muslim brothers, today I am going to tell you about the topic of Nadwatul Ulama and educational and ideological movement. My dear brothers, Nadwatul Ulama is an international institute of Islamic learning of Lucknow, India, which was formed in 1892. This the first moderator of council was Muhammad Ali Mungeri, and the current moderator is Bilal Abdul Hai Hassani Nadwi. This on September 26, 1898, the council appointed Darul Uloom established ulama, a prominent Islamic in Lucknow. Dear brothers, the Nadwa movement aimed at reforming and streamlining the curriculum. Therefore, it was decided that the curriculum of the sciences should be reproduced after incorporating modern trends. Modern sciences were included in curriculum. Number 8. Reformation of curriculum. In the Nadwa curriculum, exegesis of the Holy Quran and beliefs and Islamic jurisprudence were emphasized. Modern philosophy and English language were also included in Nadwa curriculum. Training of the students. Nadwa was a residential institution, therefore practical training was also given to the students alongside their academic education. Again, industrial arts were also included in Nadwa program. However, no outsiding achievement was noticed in this field. Internal freedom. The Nadwa institution kept intact its internal freedom and research surrounding, and in spite of public grant, it never bargained its autonomy. Huge collection of books. Allama Shibli efforts bore fruit, and a huge collection of books was managed. It included his personal library, the collection of Nawab Siddiq Hasan Khan of Bhopal, and those of Imdadul Mulk. Conclusion. Nadwatul Ulama thus achieved a great success in its objective of producing the scholars of great repute who were known all over the world, especially for their knowledge of Arabic language. In brief, it has tried to reproduce such broad-minded scholars who could effectively discharge the duty of propagation of Islam in modern world, who could expand the eternal nature of the divine message, the distinguishing features of the Islamic Sharia and the way of life envisaged by it in such an attractive manner and easy and simple language as might appeal to the modern mind and serve as a site of confluence of the old and new.
After that, I would like to call Mr. Hussain. Please come.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Honorable President, respected judges, and my dear friends. Today, on this auspicious occasion, I am here to present my article on the topic of Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. Dear audience, Nadwa movement is a reform movement aroused in British era in Indian subcontinent, whose main object is reform of system and curriculum of Islamic schools and to change it to according to the time. Nadwa movement came into existence after Darul Uloom and MAO College, Aligarh. It seems that it was established when the decades of activities of both the orthodox and modern schools of the thought had passed. It had been 26 years of establishment of Deoband, and MAO College, Aligarh had been accomplishing its age of 18th year. The establishment of Nadwatul Ulama was instituted under the following 4 objectives. Number 1, fundamental reforms in curriculum of Islamic studies and preparation of new curriculum. Number 2, to produce such scholars who are well aware of modern ideas with extensive and profound knowledge of the Holy Quran and Sunnah and aware of the time. Number 3, to promote the sentiments of national unity and Islamic brotherhood. Number 4, propagation of Islamic teachings, especially to introduce the features of Islamic teachings and concepts to non-Muslims. The first annual meeting of Nadwatul Ulama was held on 22nd and 23 and 24th April in 1894 at Madrasa Faiz-e-Aam, Kanpur. Then, on the 12th of Muharram, in a meeting in Raebareli, Maulana Muhammad Ali Mungeri presented the first outline of establishment of Darul Uloom, which was not only fully appreciated by prominent scholars and intellectuals of the country, but also the establishment of Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama under Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama declared as a happy and revolutionary steps for India and entire Islamic world. Dear audience, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted this institution such sincere and accomplished personalities who carried its message to the corners of the East and the West. Maulana Mungeri, a bright and broad-minded scholar, Maulana Sayyid Abdul Hayy Hassani, a distinguished researcher, writer and keen observer, were examples of the sincere and struggler and sacrificer for the purposes and the dissemination of the message of Nadwa. Moreover, it blessed with eminent scholars like Allama Shibli, Maulana Habibur Rahman Sherwani and Allama Sayyid Suleiman Nadwi, the eminent and religious leaders. Achievements of Nadwatul Ulama at a glance. The first wonderful result of the establishment of Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama was the disharmony that arose among the various groups of Indian Muslims was greatly reduced. The gap between orthodox and modern circles has largely disappeared. Allama Abdul Hayy Sayyid Suleiman Nadwi, Maulana Abul Hasan Ali Nadwi, Maulana Abdul Salam Qidwai, Maulana Abdul Bari, etc., received well from the orthodox and modern circles. Every class trusted those men, and now Nadwis are considered to be a combination of modernization and ancient and balance. They have the confidence of the both groups. In addition to writing in new styles and modern languages in the field of authorship and compilation, Nadwa has also taken revolutionary steps in the field of Arabic Urdu journalism and laid the foundation of powerful Islamic journalism at a time when there was a great vacuum in the Arab world. And the monthly magazine Al-Ba'ath al-Islami was published in 1955 by Maulana Sayyid Muhammad Hassani, who crushed the Arab nationalism with his powerful and eloquent comments and played an important role in removing poisonous effects of the persecution from the mind of Arabs, and Ar-Raid, which also played an important role in resorting their faith in Islam. Thank you for joining and listening to me.
I seek Allah's protection from Satan, the rejected one. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All praise be to Allah, the creator of the world, and peace be upon him, last messenger, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Honorable and respectable President and judges, on this beautiful occasion, given article under Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. Nadwatul Ulama was established in 1892 at Kanpur. It was founded by a team of scholars, particularly former scholar Maulana Sayyid Muhammad Ali Mungiri was the first scholar who mooted the idea for the formation of Nadwatul Ulama. Missions of Nadwatul Ulama movement under educational and Islamic ideological are these: number 1, to unite Muslim community; number 2, to reform the educational system for the Islamic Renaissance; number 3, to produce men of moral character and integrity; number 4, to abolish non-Islamic practices; number 5, to form a common platform Ahl-Sunnat wal Jamaat for solving emerging problems; number 6, to chart out such syllabi in the light of Islamic principles and Sharia that could fulfill the need of the day; number 7, to upgrade the intellectual standard of ulama and to produce such ulama who enjoy the trust and confidence of the people so that they can guide and advise them in religious as well as educational field. Nadwatul Ulama has played a crucial role in the field of education, specifically in English and Arabic literature as well as languages. It is known very well across India, even abroad. Because of its unique Islamic education platform, it has not been only protecting Islamic Sharia but also producing great and prolific Islamic scholars for many years who are playing a big role to convey Islamic messages in across the world. For example, most unique and intellectual former scholar Maulana Abul Hasan Ali Hasni Nadwi, peace be upon him, he has rectified wrong beliefs from Muslim society and played a massive role from both sides, thus mean in educational and ideological field owing to be Nadwi product. Nadwa Institute has emphasized from its beginning era for producing such ulama who become well versed in the teaching of Quran and Sunnah, creates awareness of modern thoughts. That's all.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. Prominent president of today's competition, distinguished teachers, dignitaries gracing this stage, and dear all, may you all enjoy a fabulous, productive and peaceful life. Dear intellectuals, it's my immense pleasure to seize this matchless opportunity to articulate some ordinary words on the topic of Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. Dear audience, Tehreek-e Nadwatul Ulama is a movement that established during the British era in the Indian subcontinent, the main purpose of which was to reform the system and curriculum of madrasas and to change and renew it according to the times. The founder of this movement was Hazrat Maulana Muhammad Ali Mungeri, the successor of Maulana Shah Fazlur Rahman Ganj Muradabadi. In his leadership, after a long discussion with the eminent Islamic scholars and divines of the country, this institution was established. Shaykh al-Mashayikh Hazrat Imdadullah Muhajir Makki had also prayed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the success of its objective. A large number of Islamic scholars and divines of the country were of one opinion for the movement and tried their best and out of their maximum to strengthen it. The main Islamic scholars of the country who participated in the propagation and dissemination of the objective of Nadwatul Ulama were as follows: Ustazul Ulama Maulana Lutfullah Ali Gadhi, Allama Shibli Nu'mani, Maulana Altaf Hussain Hali, Maulana Abdullah Ansari, Maulana Sayyid Muhammad Shah Muhaddis Rampuri, Maulana Hakim Sayyid Abdul Hay Hassani, and many others. Dear audience, it was a firm belief of these pious personalities that Islam is a universal and eternal religion. It has the assurance of the guidance of all human beings and their success in this world as well as in the hereafter as long as this world remains in its existence. There is a guidance for every aspect of life and solution for every problem in Islam. It is therefore quite natural for it to face various stages of progress and downfall of the human mind and its changes, to pay the duty of guiding man in the swift changing circumstances and thoughts, and to remove all doubts and confusion yielding in every age, to create the scholars for such universal and eternal religion and its comprehension. Such a system and syllabus of education should be prepared which always continues to extend its boundaries and always has the capacity to cope with the requirements and the changing world, and proves to be living and dynamic. Any education system can produce its utility only when it is comprehensive of the values of both the classical and modern education. It is both hard and void of flexibility in its principles and objectives. That's all. Thanks a lot.
After that, I would like to call Mr. Ali to please come. After that, Mr. Iqbal, please come.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Good evening everyone present over here and respected our teachers. Today the topic of my article is Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement towards Islam from the modern era. The Aligarh movement and the Deoband movement were going on in the subcontinent, but they stood apart due to their objective and strategies. Aligarh movement wasn't totally religious movement because it emphasized and put a stress on Western education for getting into government service to compete with Hindus politically and economically. The drawback of this policy was that the graduate of Aligarh lagged in religious education. On the other hand, Tehreek-e-Deoband was purely religious movement and hence rendered only education service. But the Deoband seminary was totally incompatible with the modern trends of education. It produced ulamas, Sufis and spiritual leaders and were unaware of the importance of modern education. Something was to be done for the unity of Muslims. There was a need for an institution that could combine the religious and the modern education and to minimize the extremist view between the Deoband and the Aligarh movement. In 1893 in Kanpur, a convocation at Madrasa Faiz-e-Aam was held in which many Muslim scholars agreed to form an organization of ulama to bring harmony and cooperation amongst various groups of the Muslim Ummah and also work for an education reform and progress. This organization was named as Nadwatul Ulama and was established in 1893 in Kanpur. When the first assembly was held in Madrasa Faiz-e-Aam on April 22 to 24th in 1893, big scholars from all over the subcontinent of all the sects attended it. On the next day, session under the chairmanship of Maulana Lutfullah Aligarhi Rahmatullah Alayh and Maulana Shibli Nomani Rahmatullah Alayh announced that the present education system needs a reform, progress of education, moral regeneration, propagation of Islam, removal of mutual differences, and knowledge of the welfare of the Islam, and a federation of madaris should be formed so that the madrasa should come under one umbrella. And the session concluded with the final remark and a vote of thanks by Maulana Shibli Nomani. Later, on September 26, 1898, Nadwatul Ulama started its functioning in Khatoon Manzil at Lucknau, and the inauguration of the madrasa took place on October 1898, and Sayyid Muhammad Ali became the first Nazim of the organization. And the current achievements and activities of the foundation manages 7 Islamic schools, faculty of Dawah, faculty of journalism and publishing, 4 Neotric and modern school with Islamic training. At last, the main objective of the organization was to bring together all Islamic sects irrespective of their belief. Thank you.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, my honorable teacher and my judges and my dear friends. Today my topic is Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. The 19th century AD marked a century of political and intellectual decline in the Islamic world. During this century, the most powerful and influential Muslim nation in the Western world became subservient. Islamic culture, civilization, and sciences were undergoing a stage of life and death anywhere, especially India. The Mughal Empire in reality had not yet seen the end of Muslim political authority. When direct English rule was established in India, it was characterized by a complete absence of Muslim governance, divide of justice and equality, and filled with vengeful sentiments. English policies were such that Muslims in India were falling behind in every field, politically, socially, and educationally. They lost their status and influence. When on religious fronts, Muslims were being harmed outwardly. Muslim society was divided two parallel classes. On one side were religious scholars who obtained education in the traditional way from Arabic school, while on the other side were those influenced by Western education, the products of college and university. A gulf of alienation and ignorance emerged between these two classes. Similarly and internally, Muslim society was divided into numerous factions in the name of religions, sects, and schools of thought. Markers of debate and arguments were active, sometimes taking harsh and aggressive form. The issue was not limited to proof and refutation, but extended to intense debates and declaration of disbelief. The traditional educational system in Islamic schools, prevented for centuries, led to a decline in the production of knowledgeable scholars. Formation of Nadwatul Ulama, Council of Scholars. In response to these delicate circumstances, the enlightened and knowledgeable scholar Hazrat Maulana Muhammad Ali Nigari felt a strong need to step in the field, the halt and rising flood. On the occasion of the annual session of Darul Uloom Faiz-e-Aam held in Kanpur 1892 AD, the religious scholar, through mutual consultation, decided to establish a group of scholars. They proposed that in future, on the occasion of the annual session of the Sarbandi, a session should be held where all distinguished scholars of India would be invited. Following the initial and foundational consultation, the following respected scholars recommended and formation of association through mutual deliberation: Sheikhul Hind Maulana Mahmud Hassan, Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi, Maulana Ahmad Hassan Kanpuri, Maulana Sayyid Muhammad Ali Mungeri, and many other scholars. Sayyid Muhammad Ali Mungeri, who served as first organizer and as secretary of Nadwatul Ulama, felt the agency that the movement required great effort and dedication. In this regard, Maulana introduced Nadwatul Ulama through newspaper and made efforts of streamlined thinking and established contact by organized public gathering in various places to introduce Nadwatul Ulama to remote areas of India. Maulana Mushtaq Ahmad Sahab was, thank you so much.
All praise be to Allah, and peace and blessing be upon His Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Honorable President, respected judges, and dear audience. Today my topic is Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. A brief introduction to Nadwatul Ulama. Nadwatul Ulama was founded in 1898 by a group of scholars. Maulana Sayyid Muhammad Ali Mungeri was the first scholar who promoted the idea for the formation of Nadwatul Ulama. Nadwatul Ulama needs no introduction. It's an academic and religious movement. Nadwatul Ulama has its own outstanding characteristics and remarkable features. It's known especially for its motto, old is gold and modern is useful, and take the good and reject the bad one. Nadwatul Ulama is committed to fulfilling the need of the hour. To achieve that, in including the English language in its syllabus from its establishment in 1898, Nadwatul Ulama was designed fundamentally to strive towards a synthesis of the old and the new. Its sponsor believed that where faith was concerned, it was emphatically internal and absolute, permitting neither alternation nor amendment, but knowledge was evolutionary and changing. The high objective before the institution was to bring together various sects of Ahl-Sunnat into a single unity. It has never subscribed to the view that Islamic theological science or the syllabus of teaching was sacrosanct and untouchable. Now I want to put some lights on educational and ideological movement of Nadwatul Ulama. According to Maulana Sayyid Abul Hasan Ali Nadwi, the basic objectives of Nadwatul Ulama are as follows. Number 1, to unite the Muslim community. Number 2, to reform the educational system for the Islamic Renaissance. Number 3, to produce men of high moral character and integrity. Number 4, to abolish non-Islamic practices. Number 5, to form a common platform Ahl-Sunnat wal Jamaat for solving emerging problems. Number 6, to chart our search syllabus in the light of Islamic principles and Sharia that could fulfill the need of the day. Number 7, to upgrade the intellectual standards of ulama. Number 8, to produce such ulama who enjoy the trust and confidence of the people so that they can guide and advise them in religious as well as educational fields. The founder members of Nadwatul Ulama were far-sighted, provident, the sagacious. They realized that until the syllabus of madrasas are reformed or changed, good scholars would not come out. Accordingly, they introduced modern subjects along with Islamic sciences so that the students would face the challenges of the time. Apart from that, they laid great stress on promoting the Arabic language and literature. For one cannot study the sources of Islamic sciences without acquiring proficiency in Arabic language and literature. To a great extent, Nadwatul Ulama succeeded in bringing peace and restoring amity between different communities. Students hailing from various schools of thoughts come here to quench their thirst for learning. Right from the beginning, the main thirst of Nadwatul Ulama had been... I conclude my article. Thank you.
After that, I would like for Mr. Please go on. After that, Muhammad Azhar. After that, Harun Rashid. After that, Inamullah. Harun Rashid. Please go on.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. May praise be to Allah, the creator of the worlds, and peace and blessings be upon his prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the head of all messengers, upon his family and all his companions, faculty members, judges, and my heart-throbbing fellows. In this annual competition of Johar Association, I am going to express my thoughts on the topic of Nadwatul Ulama and educational and ideological movement. The founder of this movement was Hazrat Maulana Muhammad Ali Mongeri. The main Islamic scholars of the country who participated in the propagation and dissemination of the objective of the Nadwatul Ulama were as follows: Ustadul Ulama Maulana Lutfullah Ali Gadi, Allama Shibli Nomani, Maulana Altaf Hussain Hali, Maulana Abdullah Ansari, Maulana Sayyid Muhammad Shah Muhaddis Rampuri, and my others prominent personalities. Nadwatul Ulama, founded in 1894 in Lucknau, India, emerged as a significant educational and ideological movement. This movement aimed to blend traditional Islamic teachings with modern education, fostering intellectual development and social progress. In the late 19th century, when Nadwatul Ulama took root, India was undergoing profound social and political changes. The founders recognized the importance of adopting Islamic education to contemporary challenges while preserving its core values. This vision remains relevant today, reflecting a harmonious synthesis of tradition and modernity. Nadwatul Ulama emphasizes a balanced approach to education, promoting both religious and worldly knowledge. Its curriculum encompasses traditional Islamic studies alongside subjects like science, literature, and social science. This holistic approach nurtures individuals who are not only well versed in their faith but also occupied to engage with the broader world. One of the movement's notable features is its commitment to unity within the Muslim community. Nadwatul Ulama encouraged dialogue and understanding among different Islamic schools of the fostering a spirit of tolerance and cooperation. In terms of ideology, Nadwatul Ulama advocates for a progressive interpretation of Islam, emphasizing social justice, equality, and ethical conduct. The movement believes in the transformative power of education to address contemporary challenges, empowering individuals to contribute positively to society. As we reflect on Nadwatul Ulama's journey, it serves as an inspiring example. Here I conclude my article.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to all of you. Honorable President, respected judges, and my dear friends. In this gathering, I will shed some lights on the topic Nadwatul Ulama and educational and ideological policy. Dear brothers, when the British entered in India in early 17th century for the purpose of trade, they did not come here as leaders, but they have a master plan, and gradually they considered India because they chose the way of education to spread their culture. So many Islamic universities were established for reaction of this culture. After that, India was divided in two cultures. One of them was Islamic culture, it was best for hereafter, and second was British culture, it was best for world. So India needed a culture and educational system who would match both of cultures. After this situation, some biggest Islamic scholars thought about these problems and established a movement. This is remembered now with the name of Nadwatul Ulama. Nidwat is an educational and reformational movement started 1894, and under its management a Darul Uloom was established in 1898 in Lucknau. The cool thing about that is a confluence of traditional Islamic subjects with modern knowledge. Target and objectives of Nadwatul Ulama with remembering the terms of ideological policy. These scholars saw the world is changing fast, and they wanted to make sure there were scholars who could handle both the ancient Islamic teachings and the new challenges popping out. They basically wanted to produce such scholars who could understand and interpret Islam through original sources, the Quran and Hadith, as well as today's issues. Nadwa aims to make students not just book smart in Islamic studies, but also good people who can make a positive difference in society. Stages and periods of education. The education period is split into 4 stages. The first stage is a 6-year primary section, and second stage is like Arabic, science, English and general science as per the government norms. And Nadwa has around 5,000 students covering all stages, 1st to 4th. It also has a section dedicated to memorizing the Holy Quran, focusing on the Hafs tone and teaching the Qiraat Sabah 7 recitation ways. We pray to Allah to save our institute from evil eyes. With this word, I conclude my article. Thanking you all for listening to me patiently. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Hamidan wa musalliyan amma ba'd. Dear respected Chief of the Program and judges, today I am honored to present the profound impact on the topic of Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. As we uncover how this establishment bridged the gap between traditional Islamic teachings and the needs of our ever-evolving world. Dear audience, the founding principle driving the establishment of Nadwatul Ulama was to forge a unifying link between the educational paradigms of Darul Uloom Deoband and Aligarh Muslim University, with a vision to seamlessly amalgamate the traditional Islamic teachings alongside the modern curriculum and science. Nadwatul Ulama aimed to craft an educational institution. These institutions aim to provide an all-encompassing platform where students could acquire a holistic education, harmonizing the rich heritage of Islamic studies with the advancement of contemporary disciplines. This approach was poised to offer a well-rounded and balanced learning experience. Now, my articles aim to capture the core ideological and educational characteristics of the movement without diving into intricate details. By highlighting these fundamental aspects, it seeks to provide a concise yet comprehensive overview of the movement's principles in both ideology and education. Nadwatul Ulama, driven by a desire to unify individual Muslims and reconcile differences among various groups, particularly scholars holding diverse opinions, set its sights on reforming the prevalent educational system, especially within Arabic madrasas. The founders of Nadwatul Ulama were deeply invested in curriculum development, devising around 21 syllabuses with contributions from numerous scholars. However, practical implementation only commenced after 1905. Notably, the courses focused on geography, history, economics, political science, and general knowledge, primarily centering on Muslim regions and Islamic history and culture. The movement advocates for a balanced approach to education, aimed to produce scholars well versed in both religious studies and the advancements of the modern world. Additionally, it promotes the nuanced understanding of Islam that can adapt to the changing times without compromising the core principles of the faith. To conclude my article, I will draw upon the famous words of Allama Sayyid Abul Hasan Ali Hasni Nadwi. He said, Tahreek Nadwatul Ulama is a vision from a respected servant of God. Its full meaning isn't clear yet. It's now up to the institution's leaders and future generations to make this vision a reality. Thank you so much.
After that, Mr. Ahmad, please.
May praise be to Allah, the creator of the worlds, and peace and blessings be upon his Prophet Muhammad, the head of all messengers, upon his family and all his companions. Respected faculty members, judges, and my heart-throbbing fellows. In this annual competition of the Johar article program, today my topic is Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. Dear friends, today let's talk about Nadwatul Ulama, a very important place that's all about learning and new ideas. What is Nadwatul Ulama? Nadwatul Ulama is a special place where people come to learn about many things, especially about their religion, Islam, but it's not just about religion, it's also about exploring new ideas, knowledge, and diverse subjects, making learning different. A long time ago, some really smart people thought, let's make learning more interesting. One person named Maulana Muhammad Ali Mungeri had an innovative idea. He said, why not teach more than what we usually learn in our schools? So he added new things like history, grammar, and even Sufism to our study books. It was like opening a door to a whole new world of learning, adding new subjects. As time went on, more smart people joined in. They said, let's learn about Arabic literature and philosophy too. They wanted us to know about languages, books, and how to understand different ideas. They even taught us to English so we could talk to friends from other places. Isn't that cool? Learning different languages. You know what else they did? They introduced Hindi and Sanskrit so we could understand and talk to friends who spoke different languages. Learning new languages helped us share our ideas with even more people. A special place of learning. Nadwatul Ulama became a very special place. We didn't only learn about our religion, we explored history, different languages, and even thought about big ideas like philosophy. They helped us become ready to face challenges and talk to people from everywhere, combining old and new. Learning new things while still loving our old traditions was really important at Nadwatul Ulama. We learned from both the past and the new things, growing smarter together. The big idea. The people at Nadwatul Ulama believed in something amazing. They thought that learning is not just about books, it's about understanding the world around us. They wanted us to be smart, open-minded, and ready to share our ideas with everyone. So my friends, let's keep asking questions, exploring new things, and growing smarter every day. Nadwatul Ulama showed us that learning is exciting and it's about understanding different ideas and sharing our knowledge with the world. Here I conclude my article. Thank you.
Alhamdulillahi wahda, wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da. Are you getting me? Are you getting me? Yes, is it clear? Yeah. Honorable judges and respected audience, today I would like to shed light on the ideological and educational movement that's Nadwatul Ulama. So I'm starting from the very beginning. So, Nadwatul Ulama is an important educational and ideological movement in the Islamic world, founded in 1894 in the city of Lucknau, India. It emerged as a response to the challenge faced by the Muslims during the colonial period. Its goal was to safeguard Islamic principles, promote Islamic education, and address the needs of the Muslims. In the proper perspective of social, cultural, and political change, the movement played a crucial and significant role in revitalizing Islamic education and scholarship, particularly in the Indian subcontinent. It sought to combine traditional Islamic learning with contemporary knowledge and sciences emphasizing the importance of a balanced education that was incorporated both religious and secular subjects. One of the significant contributions of Nadwatul Ulama was the establishment of Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama, a renowned Islamic seminary that became a central hub for religious educational research and intellectual dialogue. The institution sought to produce very well-rounded scholars who could engage with modern challenges while remaining grounded in their Islamic heritage. Nadwatul Ulama has also been active in promoting interfaith dialogue and fostering cooperation among different religious communities. By participating in interfaith conferences and engagements, they have worked towards promoting harmony, understanding, and mutual respect among various religious groups. As an ideological movement, Nadwatul Ulama has been vocal in addressing social issues and advocating for the religious and welfare of the Muslims. It has been played an active role in highlighting and challenging injustice faced by Muslims across the world, calling for social reforms and promoting the well-being of the Muslims. The movement continues to play a dynamic role in shaping the educational, religious, and social landscape of the Muslims across the world. So I would like to conclude my speech by the quote of Vladimir Lenin. He said that without revolutionary theory, there can be no revolutionary movement. Thanks for watching.
After that, I would like to call Mr. Darul. Please come. After that, Darul Uloom. Please come.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. Honorable President, respected judges, and all my dear friends. Today I am going to present an article based on Nadwatul Ulama and educational and ideological movement. Nadwatul Ulama, a renowned educational and ideological movement, stands as a beacon of knowledge and enlightenment in the Islamic world. It is emerged during the British era in the subcontinent, aiming to modernize the structure and curriculum of Islamic madaris, adapting them to contemporary needs. Sayyid Muhammad Ali Nigari Rahmatullah Alayh introduced the concept at the inauguration of Madrasa Faiz-e-Aam, Kanpur in 1310 Hijri, that is 1892. Scholars at the event embraced the proposal, naming the assembly Nadwatul Ulama with Sayyid Muhammad Ali Nigari as its inaugural moderator. A decision was made to hold an annual gathering inviting distinguished scholars from various cults. Consequently, from 15 to 20 Shawwal, 1311 Hijri, that is 22 to 24 April 1894, the first public assembly of Nadwatul Ulama took place at Madrasa Faiz-e-Aam. Maulana Shibli Nomani, Sayyid Sulaiman Nadwi, Maulana Abul Hasan Ali Nadwi, and such distinguished scholars known for their scholarly pursuits and literary contributions played a pivotal role in shaping the curriculum. Their emphasis on combining traditional Islamic sciences with contemporary knowledge laid the foundation for Nadwatul Ulama's distinctive approach to education. The institution became a hub for holistic learning, where students engaging not only with the theological aspects of Islam but also with the broader fields of literature, science, and philosophy. In the late 18th, British colonial rule had significantly altered the landscape of education in India. Traditional Islamic centers were grappling with the impact of Western education, and there was a growing concern about the preservation of Islamic scholarship. So it is sought by the founders to establish an institution that could reconcile the classical Islamic education with demands of a changing world. Beyond its academic walls, Nadwatul Ulama plays a pivotal role in community development. The institution promotes community service, interfaith dialogue, and social outreach, demonstrating the relevance of Islamic teaching in addressing contemporary challenges. Nadwatul Ulama stands as a bridge between tradition and modernity, inspiring positive change in society. Alhamdulillah, Nadwatul Ulama has marked 125 years of its existence. Throughout this century plus span, Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama has rendered significant religious and scholarly contributions, effectively bridging the gap between tradition and modernity. Nadwi scholars made efforts to foster mutual understanding and collaboration among these two segments of Muslim community, proving their engagement with the world, rejecting isolation. Lastly, I conclude to my article by saying these three lines. Today, Nadwatul Ulama stand as a testament to the founders' foresight, navigating the currents of history, preserve and promote the essence of Islamic knowledge in a dynamic and ever-changing world. May Allah continue to carry it forward. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the merciful, Honorable President, dear judges and my beloved brothers, Nadwatul Ulama is an esteemed educational and ideological movement that has played a pivotal role in shaping Islamic education and promoting intellectual discourse within the Muslim community. Founded in 1894 in Lucknow, India, Nadwatul Ulama has emerged as a significant institution dedicated to producing religious scholars well versed in contemporary knowledge and equipped to address the challenges faced by Muslims in the modern world. This article explores the origins, objectives, and contribution of Nadwatul Ulama as an influential educational and ideological movement. Origins and founders. Nadwatul Ulama was established by a group of eminent scholars led by Maulana Shibli Nomani and Maulana Muhammad Ali Mungiri rahimahumullah. They recognized the need to bridge the gap between traditional Islamic scholarship and the demands of the rapidly changing world. The movement aimed to provide a balanced education by combining traditional Islamic sciences and modern disciplines. The founders sought to revive the intellectual legacy of Islam and counter the challenges posed by colonialism and Western influence. Objectives. Number 1. Revival of Islamic scholarship. Nadwatul Ulama sought to revive the classical tradition of Islamic scholarship by training scholars proficient in the Quran, Hadith, Fiqh means jurisprudence, and other Islamic sciences. The movement emphasized the acquisition of knowledge from diverse sources and encouraged critical thinking and independent research. Number 2. Integration of modern education. Recognizing the importance of modern education, Nadwatul Ulama aimed to integrate contemporary knowledge and sciences into the traditional Islamic curriculum. This approach enables students to understand and engage with the complexities of the modern world while remaining rooted in Islamic principles. Number 3. Intellectual empowerment. Nadwatul Ulama emphasized intellectual empowerment, encouraging students to engage in rigorous academic pursuits and contribute to the development of Islamic thought. The movement aimed to produce scholars who could address contemporary challenges facing Muslims and articulate Islam's teachings in the relevant of meaningful manner. Contributions. Number 1. Educational institution. Nadwatul Ulama established a renowned educational institution in Lucknow, India, which continues to thrive that attracts students from various parts of the world. The institution offers a comprehensive curriculum that combines traditional Islamic studies with modern disciplines such as languages, social sciences, and natural sciences. Number 2. Promoting interfaith dialogue. Nadwatul Ulama has been actively involved in promoting interfaith dialogue and fostering religious harmony. The institution has organized conferences, seminars, and dialogues with scholars from different religious backgrounds to promote mutual understanding and peaceful coexistence. Number 3. here I conclude my article. In preparing this article, I have used Wikipedia and Tarikh Nadwatul Ulama thank you all.
After that, I would like to call Mr. Ubaidul Rahman. Please come. Mr. Ubaidul Rahman. After that, Shaykh Abdullah. Please come.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Honorable President, judges and dear audience, today I want to speak a few words on the subject Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. Background: there was a common view that there was three main distinct tendencies prevailed among Muslims. The first was that of Deoband, pro-religious and anti-English. The second tendency was that of Aligarh, pro-English and anti-Congress. And the third tendency was that of Nadwa, pro-Aligarh and pro-Deoband. Introduction. Nadwatul Ulama, or the Assembly of Scholars, is an educational and ideological movement that was founded by a group of eminent Muslim scholars in 1894 in Kanpur. Nadwa was shifted to Lucknow in 1898 from Kanpur and updated the Islamic curriculum with modern sciences and vocational training, etc. The founder and the first president of Nadwatul Ulama, Maulana Muhammad Ali Mungeri, was appointed to Maulana Shibli Nomani, first administrator at Nadwa. Maulana Shibli had the same position and status as Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan enjoyed at Aligarh. Nadwatul Ulama, an educational movement. The Nadwa movement aimed to reforming and streamlining the curriculum of the traditional Islamic academies. Therefore, it was decided that the curriculum of the sciences should be reproduced after incorporating modern trends. Modern sciences were included in curriculum. According to the scholars and teachers of the Nadwatul Ulama, continued teaching the old curriculum even after the establishment of Nadwatul Ulama. The real reformation started when exegesis of the Holy Quran and the sciences of Hadith took their place in the curriculum. As regarded the modern sciences, English was made compulsory and only the teaching of modern Arabic was stressed out of the whole Arabic language and literature. Number 1, reformation of curriculum. Number 2, training of students. Number 3, the teacher-students relationship. Number 4, modern Arabic. At Nadwa, modern Arabic was taught as a living language. The graduates of this institution were well versed in the art of Arabic writing and speech. Number 5, internal freedom, autonomy. Number 6, huge collection of books. Nadwatul Ulama, an ideological movement. The objective of Nadwa movement were to chart down a course in between the Deoband and the Aligarh movements. Number 1, to reform the curriculum, develop the religious science, improve the character of the students and refine their manners. Number 2, to narrow down the difference of view among the ulama and thus create relative harmony among the religious scholars. Number 3, to reform the Muslims at large, to strive for their progress and to keep aloof from the political fighting in the country. In the last, Nadwatul Ulama is a movement that has made lasting impact on the intellectual and cultural landscape of our country. It has produced many eminent personalities such as Maulana Sayyid Sulaiman Nadwi, Maulana Mufti Zahur Nadwi, Maulana Sayyid Muhammad Wazir Rashid Nadwi. Nadwatul Ulama is a movement that receives our respect and admiration. It is movement that represents the best of our heritage and values. It is movement that we should learn from and follow. Thank you. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, one and all present here. Before reading my article, I would like to show my humble respect and gratitude to our respected judges. Today, I feel so proud to read an article about the historic Islamic institution that is Nadwatul Ulama. But the actual today's article topic is Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. We can categorize this topic in two forms. First, what is an educational movement, and second one, what is an ideological movement. Because of that, first of all, I would like to highlight a few points regarding about the educational movement. Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama, we can be translated to English as a house of knowledge and assembly of scholar university, is an Islamic institution at Lucknau, India. This educational institution draws a large number of Muslim students from different parts of the world. Nadwatul Ulama foster a diverse of both scholars and students, including Hanafis, Shafi'is and Ahle-Hadith. In the year 1894 AC, Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama was established as an academic and religious movement. It drew the attention of the whole country within a short time, which was evident from the magnificent glory of its meeting. It was an indication that the movement was deep-rooted inside the whole country, and that its work circle was very wide and influential. The movement was active for a few basic objectives, some of which were as follow: basic improvement in the syllabus of the Islamic sciences and preparation of a new curriculum or the course, to train and educate the precious who have deep knowledge of the Holy Quran and Hadith, along with a deep insight of the prevailing situation, and who can judge and take remedial action for changing moral environment for the betterment of the Muslim society, and to promote unity and brotherhood among the Muslim nation and bring to an end to the mutual conflict, to propagate Islamic teaching, particularly to make the native brothers aware of its qualitative feature, to describe and expose its popularity, universality and mercy for the whole mankind, and remove the horror penetrate into their hearts for Islam. And the founder of this movement was Hazrat Maulana Muhammad Ali Mungari, the successor of the Maulana Shah Fazlur Rahman Gans Muradabadi. In this leadership, along with a discussion with the eminent Islamic scholars and the divines of the country, this institution was established. Sheikh Hazrat Imdadullah Mahazir prayed to Allah for the success of its objective. And it was a firm belief of this pious personality that Islam is a universal and eternal religion. It is the assurance for the guidance of all the human beings and their success in the world as well as in the hereafter, as long as this world remains in its existence. 100 years for the service of religious sciences in Islam, for the same noble aim, only after the 4 year of establishment of Nadwatul Ulama was founded. The distinguished Muslim divine scholar, thinker and devoted personality participate in this constructive effort and development. The most eminent of this personality, that is Hazrat Maulana Ali Mungari, with the effort of him, this institution was developed in as many of the Islamic famous institutions, just like Medina University. And I would like to sum up my article by saying few words that may Allah accept all the movement that was done by the great scholar to become this historic institution, and we also make the special dua in every salah for this institution to keep until the day of the judgment. And I would like to keep a quote which was saying by our respected Sayyid Maulana Abul Hasni Nadwi, that your life in every way should become a beacon of a guidance, and it should become a means for dawah. I would like to wind up my article in this.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil kareem wa ba'd. Honorable President, respected judges, and all my dear friends.
Today, on this auspicious occasion, I am blessed to present my article on the topic Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. Nadwatul Ulama is a council of Muslim theologians in India. In 1893, during the annual congregation of the Madrasa Faiz-e-Aam in Kanpur, a group of Muslim scholars formed a council, Nadwatul Ulama. This congregation was attended by Mahmud Hassan Deobandi, Ashraf Ali Thanvi, Khalil Ahmad Saharanpuri, Muhammad Ali Mungeri, Sanaullah Amritsari, Fakhrul Hassan Gangohi, Ahmad Hassan Khanpuri, and others. The motive behind the formation of this council was, first, to reform the prevalent educational system, second, to eliminate the differences among Muslim groups on different religious issues, third, to bring all the sects of Islam together irrespective of some of their differences in beliefs, fourth, to revive the values of Islam in today's modern life. For the same noble aim only, the council established the Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama, a famous Islamic seminary in Lucknau on 26 September 1898. Motto was Ilal Islami min Jadid, towards Islam with a new spirit. The distinguished Muslim divines, scholars, thinkers, and devoted personalities participated in its constructive efforts and development. The most eminent of these personalities is Hazrat Maulana Muhammad Ali Mungeri. It was a firm belief of these pious personalities that Islam is a universal and eternal religion. It has the assurance for the guidance of all the human beings and their success in this world and the world hereafter. Therefore, they tried very hard to set a balancing and comprehensive syllabus which was enforced up to a great extent, in which if there is a firmness in the religious sciences on one hand, then on the other hand, the skill in the Arabic literature and language is supposed to be the key point of attention. This system kept on moving in a smooth way under the different Islamic scholars one after another. Nadwatul Ulama gave importance on establishing its own course books according to its own need and thought, and succeeded up to a great extent. Lastly, thanks Allah, Nadwatul Ulama spent more than 100 years of its age very peacefully. It accomplished very important, precious, religious and academic services during the period of 128 years. Besides the central Darul Uloom in Lukhnau, its affiliated branches all over the country are accomplishing the task of educational, academic and religious service. Not only inside the country, but also in the various Islamic countries, the scholars of Nadwatul Ulama have rendered all kind of educational and religious services. And with the grace of Allah, this practice is on progress day by day. On that note, I would like to end my article. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
حامدا ومصليا ومسلما أما بعد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قل هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون صدق الله العظيم. Honorable President, distinguished judges and my dear friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today the topic of my article is Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. Nadwa. Nadwa means an assembly and group. It was named Nadwa because it was constituted by a group of great Islamic scholars of India in Kanpur. It was founded in 1898, corresponding 1315 Hijri. The distinguished Muslim divines, scholars, thinkers and devoted personalities participated in its constructive efforts and developments. The most eminent of those was Hazrat Maulana Muhammad Ali Mungeri. Formation of Nadwa. On the occasion of convocation of Madrasa Faiz-e-Aam Kanpur in 1893, scholars including Lutfullah Ali Gadi, Shah Muhammad Hussain Al-Labadi, Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi and many more participated. Hussain Desnavi agreed to form an organization of ulama and convene a gathering in the next annual convocation of Madrasa Faiz-e-Aam. They named the organization Nadwatul Ulama. The responsibilities of the organization were given to Sayyid Muhammad Ali, who became the first Nazim of Nadwatul Ulama. The goal was to bring harmony and cooperation
among various groups within the Muslim Ummah to bring about the moral, religious and educational reform and progress. Nadwatul Ulama held its first convocation on 22 to 24 April 1894, Shawwal 15 to 17, 1311 Hijri, in Madrasa Faiz-e-Aam. It was attended by a huge group of scholars from all sects of Ummah in all corners of the subcontinent, including Maulana Abdullah Ansari and Maulana Muhammad Shibli Nomani, who were teachers of Arabic and Persian at MAO College. Role of Sayyid Abul Hasan Nadwi in the development of Nadwa. Maulana Sayyid Abul Hasan Ali Nadwi rahmatullahi alayhi, in 1961 he became principal of Nadwa, and in 1980 he was appointed as chairman of Islamic Center, Oxford, United Kingdom. He was a prolific writer in Urdu and Arabic. His books are part of syllabus in various Arab universities. Several books have been translated in English. Motives. The objectives of the Nadwa movement were to chart down a course between the Deoband and Aligarh movements. They aimed at reforming and then harmonizing the old religious science curriculum with the modern trends and demands of knowledge. These are as follow. Time doesn't permit me to read all the story, so I'm concluding my article here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya'i wal Mursaleen, amma ba'd. Honorable President, respected judges and my dear brothers, today I am going to deliver some words as an article on the topic of Nadwatul Ulama, an educational and ideological movement. Dear audience, Nadwatul Ulama is a movement that was established during the British era at the annual meeting of Madrasa Faiz-e-Aam at Kanpur with the purpose to reform the system and curriculum of madrasas and to fill the gap between moderate scholars of Anglo-Muslim Oriental College, which was later known as Aligarh Muslim University, and between the traditional ulama of Darul Uloom Deoband. The founder of this movement was Hazrat Maulana Muhammad Ali Mungeri, the successor of Maulana Shah Fazlur Rahman Ganj Muradabadi, in whose leadership, after a long discussion with the eminent Islamic scholars and divines of the country, this institution was established. Sheikhul Mashayikh Hazrat Imdadullah Muhajir Makki prayed Allah for the success of its objectives. A large number of Islamic scholars and divines of the country were of one opinion for the movement and tried their best and did out of their maximum to strengthen it. The main Islamic scholar of the country who participated in this movement were as follow: Ustadul Ulama Maulana Lutfullah Aligarhi, Allama Shibli Nomani, Maulana Altaf Hussain Hali, Maulana Abdullah Ansari, Maulana Sayyid Muhammad Shah Muhaddis Rampuri, Maulana Hakim Sayyid Abdul Hai Hasni, and many others. It was a firm belief of those pious personalities that Islam is a universal and eternal religion. It has the assurance for the guidance of all the human beings and their success in the world as well as in the hereafter, as long as the world remains in its existence. There is a complete guidance for every aspect of life and a solution for every problem in Islam. It is therefore quite natural for it to face various stages of progress and downfall of the human mind and its changes, to pay the duty of guiding the whole humankind in the swift changing circumstances and thoughts, and to remove all doubts and confusions yielding in the every age, to create the scholars for such universal and eternal religion and its comprehension, such as system and syllabus of education should be prepared, which always continues to extend its boundaries and always has the capacity to cope with the requirements of the changing world. The responsible authorities of Nadwatul Ulama felt this need that this need can be fulfilled only when a unique institution comes into existence. In this institution, such Islamic scholars are educated who along with the expertness in the basic religious sciences are also fully aware of the demands and the challenges of their age. They, along with the being influential in the classical sciences, should have a quality to remove the doubts and confusions raised by modern thoughts. They are on the one side firm and staunch in their beliefs in the doctrines of Islam and possess wisdom and vision that is broad and enlightened, and on the other side they are flowing and sweet spring in their knowledge, research and insight. They are on one hand custodian for the lofty aims and the injunction of the religion Islam. I have concluded my article, and I took help from the Tarikh Nadwatul Ulama, volume 1 by Shams Tabriz Khan, and its volume 2 by Maulana Ishaq Jalis Nadwi. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
After that, we humbly request our honorable President, Hazrat Maulana Abdul Rahman Sahib, to advise us and say some words that will be guidance for all of us, the learners. So I request him and all of us are strongly believe all his golden words and guidance.
ومن آياته خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف ألسنتكم وألوانكم إن في ذلك لآيات للعالمين. وقال الله تعالى في موضع آخر وما أرسلنا من رسول إلا بلسان قومه ليبين لهم. صدق الله العظيم. My respected colleagues and my dear students, I feel immense pleasure to speak before you. Alhamdulillah, all candidates' papers and articles were up to the mark. But no candidate didn't give reference of books except the last candidate. Even only he has given only one book. You should prepare your article at least 10 books. You should give reference of at least 10 books. My dear students, I have just recited before you 3 verses of the Holy Quran. These verses of the Holy Quran vividly underline the importance and significance of language. Ar-Rahmanu 'allama al-Quran, khalaqal insana 'allamahu al-bayan. Language is the vehicle of communication and thought. Language is the biggest miracle of Allah. It is language through which we may communicate our message to others. We may exert influence on others. It is the biggest miracle of Allah. There are 3 types of communication. speaking communication, writing communication, and body language. In other words, gesture. Out of three, writing communication is the most difficult. Writing communication is the most difficult communication. Writing articles is a creative art. To achieve this art, you will have to strive. If you ask me, sir, how can I improve my writing skill? What I will tell you, there is no talisman. Writing comes through writing. Writing comes through writing. Suppose you send message, brother, I am standing on the road, please pick up me. You should write in English. You should think in English. You should write in English. You should read in English. Only then you can get success, and you can achieve, and you can improve your English language. Darul Uloom Nadwatul Ulama needs no introduction. As many candidates mentioned in their papers, no introduction. It has produced a galaxy of ulamas in various fields of Islamic learning, including English language. Perhaps you don't know about the writer of English Nadwi scholars. If you study, you can find a lot of Nadwi scholars who write in English language. You can find a lot of books in English language from Nadwi scholar. Dr. Abdullah Abbas Nadwi, Dr. Muzammil Hussain Nadwi, Dr. Akram Nadwi, Dr. Salman Nadwi, Dr. Iqbal Nadwi, Dr. Mujibur Rahman Nadwi, Dr. Sanaullah Nadwi, Dr. Mujib Akhtar Nadwi. They all write in English, speak in English. They deliver lectures in English language. They are known for their English language across the world. Why you not? If you, dear brother, one thing remember, you should remember 3 D's. There are 3 D's, D. Determination, 1, determination, 2, dedication, number 3, devotion. Determination, dedication, and devotion. And you should have willpower, quwwat iradi, willpower. If you inculcate, if you create willpower, you can get success in every field. You should have dog determination. What is the mean dog? Dog means kutta. But dog determination means firm determination. You should have dog determination. You should have dog determination. Only then you can get success in your target, in your aim. in your ambition. You are representative of Nadwatul Ulama. You are custodians of Nadwatul Ulama. You are the interpreters of Quran and Sunnah. Therefore, it is imperative for you to learn this language and know the pros and cons of this language. There are a lot of people who write, lot of writers who write always in English against Islam. Against Islam nowadays, a lot of. But due to lack of English language, due to lack of knowledge of English language, ulama don't refute them. Ulama can't refute them. In Indian Express, in Times of India, Hindustan Times, India Today, Outlook. If you read these magazines and newspaper, you can find every day a lot of scholars, Orientalists, they write against Islam in English language. But we don't read English newspaper or magazines, therefore we don't know about their vision, their thoughts, their mission. We are ulama. We are ulama. No prophet will come after Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are the heirs of Prophet, Naib Rasul. We are Naib Rasul. Therefore, a great responsibility lies on us. A great responsibility lies on us. We are now living in the age of AI. What is the name of age in which we are living? AI, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. In Urdu, artificial masnu'i zihanat. Az-zaka ul-istina'i fil Arabi. It is not the age of IT, information technology, no. This is the age of artificial intelligence. We are living in the age of artificial intelligence, and the language of artificial intelligence is English, no Urdu. We are living in the age of AI, and the language of AI is English. Therefore, it is very necessary for us, particularly ulama, and especially ulama of Nadwatul Ulama. The word Nadwa itself has tremendous power, tremendous strength. Whenever you utter the word Nadwatul Ulama, whenever we pronounce Nadwatul Ulama, we feel proud besides strength and power. Nadwatul Ulama. You are representative of Nadwatul Ulama. You are representatives of Nadwatul Ulama. You are custodians of Nadwatul Ulama. Therefore, it is imperative for you to guard your lives, to spread the message, real message of Islam through English language. And answer them in their language. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we can guess the importance of English language from this hadith. Even Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he ordered Zaid ibn Sabit to learn Hebrew. Upon his advice, he learned Hebrew language within a few days. Within a few days, he learned Hebrew. Besides Hebrew, he learned Syriac and Suryani, Aramaic and Arami at that time, the prevalent language of that age. Now we should not depend on English. We should learn Sanskrit. We should learn Hindi. These are prevailing languages. There are 6,500 spoken languages across the world now. Out of them, English is most prominent, most popular. English is the official language in 53 countries of the world. 53 countries of the world, English is the official language. And the second language, in India, if we look, in India, English is not a foreign language. English is not a foreign language in India. English has been the part of national languages of this land. Therefore, you can see everywhere speaking English, even madrasas, even market. Among galaxy of languages, English is an international language, as well as English is the language of market today. English has been the language of market today. Therefore, it is imperative for you to learn English well and know about it well. To get success in your target, as I mentioned in many programs, you should remember three things. First, determination, azm, irada. First, determination. Inshallah, I will do. First, determination. Perhaps you have heard the name of Booker T. Washington. He belonged to a very poor family. But he had the willpower. And he worked hard and finally got success. His success was due to his firm determination, due to his dogged determination. Number two, no, this is another thing. Number one, determination. Number two, hard work. As I told mentioned some program, suppose you look electric bulb. Who has invented this bulb? Thomas Edison. He had failed 1,350 times in electric bulb. He failed. How many times? 1,350 times. But he didn't lose his heart. And finally got success. Are you getting my point? And finally get success. And third, the proper application of time. You should not waste your time hither and thither. You should be punctual. It is said, punctuality is the politeness of king. Punctuality is the politeness of king. That means even a king should be punctual. Punctuality plays a leading role in every aspect of life. If you are punctual, your parents love you, your teachers love you, and you can get a lot of time to perform your domestic and academic work. If you are unpunctual, you are blamed everywhere. Maulana is not punctual. Maulana is not punctual. He is not good. He is not good. Everywhere you are blamed. Therefore, it is essential for you to be punctual. Without punctuality, you cannot get success in your life. Punctuality. You should be punctual. If you are punctual, you are respected everywhere. You are respected everywhere. You should be punctual everywhere. You are in hostel. You are in hostel. You are punctual in everything. Your warden loves you. If you are not punctual, he doesn't love you. Okay? He doesn't love you. Nowadays, we are facing 3 types of issues. First issue is called direct control. First issue is called direct control. What is direct control? Suppose you can go to the class in time. It is your duty. You can do it easily. You can get up in time and offer salah in time. It is called direct control. آج کل جو ہم مسائل فیس کر رہے ہیں اس کی 3 قسمیں ہیں. ایک کا نام کیا ہے؟ ڈائریکٹ کنٹرول. ڈائریکٹ کنٹرول کا مطلب یہ ہوتا ہے کہ وقت پر کلاس جانا یہ آپ کے اختیار میں ہے. آپ جا سکتے ہیں نا. اس میں کیا ہے؟ آپ پر ہے. آپ نماز پابندی کے ساتھ پڑھ سکتے ہیں. یہ اختیار آپ کو ہے. اس میں کوئی کسی کا دخل نہیں ہے. یہ ڈائریکٹ کنٹرول ہے. اس کو کیا کہا جاتا ہے؟ ڈائریکٹ کنٹرول. نمبر 2 انڈائریکٹ کنٹرول. انڈائریکٹ کنٹرول کیا چیز ہے؟ خاندانی مسائل, آپسی جھگڑے. آپ تو اچھے ہیں, آپ کے فیملی ممبرس اچھے ہیں, لیکن آپ کے چچے کے لڑکے اچھے نہیں ہیں, تو کہیں گے مولانا عفان کے یہ بھتیجے ہیں. مولانا عفان سے کوئی اس کا تعلق نہیں ہے, ان کے کزن سے ہے, لیکن کیا ہے ان کو اختیار نہیں ہے. لیکن چونکہ گھریلو وہ ہے, جھگڑے ہیں, تو یہ اس کو کیا بولیں گے ہم؟ اس کو انڈائریکٹ کنٹرول. نمبر 3 نو کنٹرول. نو کنٹرول مینس سپوز ابھی جنوری شروع ہے, زیادہ سخت ٹھنڈ نہیں ہے, ٹھنڈی نہیں پڑ رہی ہے, تو آپ کیا کر لیجئے گا؟ ٹھنڈی نہیں ہو رہی ہے تو آپ کیا کر لیجئے گا؟ نو کنٹرول. آپ کے اختیار میں نہیں ہے, آپ کے بس میں نہیں ہے. ماضی کی غلطیاں, ایررز آف پاسٹ. مغل کیسے سال حکومت کر کے گئے, ان کے سامنے کورڈوبا یونیورسٹی, الازہر یونیورسٹی, تمام یونیورسٹیاں موجود تھی, لیکن انڈیا میں آیا اور پان چبایا اور 100 بیویاں رکھے اور کیا کیے؟ اگر وہ لکھنؤ میں ایک یونیورسٹی بنا سکتے تھے, آگرہ میں ایک یونیورسٹی بنا سکتے تھے, دہلی میں ایک یونیورسٹی بنا سکتے تھے, وہ نہیں سمجھا آپ؟ تو ہسٹوریکل بلڈنگز تو بنا کے گئے, وہ تو الگ بات ہے, لیکن علم کی طرف, تعلیم کی طرف, ایجوکیشن از دا موسٹ پاورفل ویپن which you can use to change the world. جس کو آپ استعمال کر کے ورلڈ کو چینج کر سکتے ہیں آپ. تو اس پر مغل نے کوئی کوشش نہیں کی. اگر وہ چاہتے تو کر سکتے تھے. بھلبھلیا معمولی خرچہ ہے, کروڑوں ارب روپے خرچ ہے, لیکن اس کی طرح وہ حالانکہ ایسی بات نہیں جو ان کے سامنے کوئی مثال نہیں تھی. کورڈوبا یونیورسٹی تھی, ازہر یونیورسٹی تھی, لیکن وہ پان کھائے بس. पान और बिरयानी ज़र्दा खा के गए दुनिया से नहीं समझे? ये है माजी की गलतियाँ। ये क्या है? ये माजी की गलतियाँ है ना। तो हम वी आर फेसिंग 3 टाइप्स ऑफ इश्यूज़, 3 टाइप्स ऑफ इश्यूज हम फेस कर रहे हैं। एक का नाम क्या है? डायरेक्ट कंट्रोल, दूसरे का नाम क्या है? इनडायरेक्ट कंट्रोल, और तीसरे का नाम क्या है? नो कंट्रोल। आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं, ठंडी नहीं हो रही है, हाँ कुछ नहीं कर, नो कंट्रोल। माजी की गलतियाँ ये नो कंट्रोल में है ना। आपसे गुजारिश ये है कि यू कैन बिकम एवरीथिंग, यू कैन बिकम एवरीथिंग एक्सेप्ट अल्लाह एंड रसूल। अल्लाह और रसूल के अलावा आप हर चीज़ बन सकते हैं। मन जद्द वजदा, मन जद्द हु स्ट्रोव फाउंड, स्ट्राइव सेकंड फॉर स्ट्रोव, जो कोशिश किया फाउंड पाया, पाया है ना, पाया। तो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ 3 Ds, determination, dedication and devotion, you can become everything. You can become everything. Okay? Time is over, so I conclude my speech. Maulana Shakir, Maulana Abdul Saboor Sahab, they also. आज क्या है? Today's competition result. First, Sayyid Muhammad Affan, he got 171 number. Number 2, Hassan, he got 170 number. Number 3, Muhammad Sadaf, he got 168. Okay. With this result, I conclude the speech. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah al-azim. Bas ho gaya.